Hi there, Taurus. It's Jen here from tarotspirit.net, and I'm here doing your monthly reading for, I almost said the week of, for the month of August 2017. So I was just getting a message that for some of you, before, I was out at my parents' camp, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna stop by the spirit store, the metaphysical store, on the way home. And I stopped and thought, and I was like, wait a minute. You just got a new tarot deck this past week. And what is there that's going to change your life that you really, truly need? I don't even know, 40 decks of cards, crystals, I have all sorts of crap. And I don't spend, my spending's not out of control, but I was just like, you really, what is going to make your life better by stopping and getting one more crystal or one more whatever? It's like there's no reason you can't be perfectly content with what you have. It's not like we're out of milk and Jacob needs milk for his cereal. So I think that message is coming through for you guys, just to really be thoughtful about the motivation behind spending, buying things, or even doing things. Like, is this really going to make me any happier? And really focusing on how to be content right now in the present with what you do have. Okay, so I pulled some cards for general, career, and love. But I was at first reading, I'm halfway through my readings with you guys. I'm really going through each card and sticking to each row, but I found it's just, if I feel limited when I do that, so I'm going to read it more as a group, and I think the messages flow better that way. So there's definitely something that you need to release, whether it's old habits, belief systems, an attachment to the past. Yes, definitely. Lots of it is your thinking, your thought patterns. And so what does that mean? Well, perhaps you tell yourself, oh, I'll feel better, or things will be great if I buy that, fill in the blank, whatever is most on your list. Again, if you're a runner and it's been 2 months, 3 months, and since you've replaced your sneakers, you need those new sneakers, right? But do you really need to buy that movie, to purchase that fancy handbag? I don't have fancy handbags. I can't even give you a name of a Coach. Does Coach make fancy handbags? You know what I'm saying? Just what's the motivation? Is it really going to improve your life? Do you really? And if you're rich and you want to blow your cash on that, hey, go for it. But if you're not, even if you are though, the point is is that behavior, whatever it is, and it doesn't have to be just spending, is it really bringing you? Just what's the motivation behind it? Is it really bringing you the satisfaction you think it's going to? Or are then you just turning around the next week and needing to purchase something else? Because it's not really the root of the problem. And so the Eight of Swords is here. It's just like you feel tied to something. And she's sitting there with she with the knife, but she hasn't cut that cord. So some cord cutting, there are tons of cord cutting. If you just Google or put in YouTube cord cutting to find cord cutting exercises. This tree is dead. There's a lightning storm coming. The birds are all fleeing. Like everyone else is moving on. It's why are you still holding on to something? You're in denial about something. And it's okay. I mean, don't feel bad about it, but just try to really recognize where that may be so that you can free yourself and move forward. For some of you, it's a relationship, or you're pining over a last relationship or something you are emotionally attached to, and it's scary to move on and leave that behind. The King of Swords here, he's like, yeah, cut away. use that knife and cut those ties, cut that thought pattern, cut that attachment to something that's not serving you. There is the Judgment card here in the career sector. So really making a decision about, I think, whatever it is that sort of comes up, like, oh, I would really like to do this, I would really like to do that. And then your ego steps in and says, oh, no, you can't do that. You don't have the money, you don't have this, you won't have the clients, it's already been done, blah, blah, blah. We instantly bring out that huge long list. It's like a giant scroll that just, unravels with all the negative reasons why we can't do anything. But why can't we have that scroll of positive things? So whatever sort of creeps up in your mind, I mean, and this may be what you're in denial about, that you really are ready to move forward. Honor that. Write it down. Like if something pops up into your head, before you start listing the reasons of why it won't work, write it down and let it sit there. Make it real. Let it be out in the open so you can be like, I really, really do want to fill in the blank. And even don't trust your fear and your ego telling you can't do it, because you very well may be able to. You just have to make the decision that you're going to see if you can make it happen and work it out. And until you have real facts, I mean, this king, he's going to get data and facts and figures and do his research and really know. He's not just going to think, oh no, I can't do it. Until he's actually has the information to make an informed decision. And the King of Swords is down here too. But there's definitely something you need to let go of. It's just not working for you anymore. It's not suiting you anymore. This does show up in your relationship sector. So that could be, it doesn't necessarily mean, oh, dump your significant other, it won't work. But it can mean ways of communicating with each other, ways of dealing with each other. Like, we can't keep doing this same pattern. It's not healthy. It's not working. It's not constructive. It's not productive. Or I have to stop bringing what happened with my ex into my new relationship, because they're two totally separate people and two totally separate circumstances. So I can't keep bringing the past into and contaminating the future with it. Yeah, there's decisions, like you really want a new beginning, especially in career, and it's like you're just having trouble picking what that is or figuring it out, or you allow yourself to just you talk yourself out of it so quickly, it's hard for you to move forward. So you need to make the decision whether you're going to move forward or not this month. I love this King of Swords. They have him playing chess. So you're planning your next move. It's time to thoughtfully plan your next move and really start doing your research, start being informed, send your resume out there. Maybe some of you want to start on a dating website if you're single, but really figuring out, like writing down, what do I want out of a relationship? What's my happily ever after? What's most important to me? And they shouldn't be all body parts and physical characteristics, because that right there, I have a friend who likes tall guys. What the, good for you. What the hell does that have to do with anything? And she's married to a very tall guy, and he's treats her really poorly. So it's kind of like, okay, let's start thinking beyond that. And maybe that's what you're hung up on in some cases. But I feel like for a lot of you, this is going to focus around career and really figuring out what you want to do and be the leader in your own life, and really making a plan. That's what it's about, making a plan, figuring out your moves step by step, how you're going to move forward, how you're going to get that new job, how you're going to fix a relationship if it's struggling, how you're going to create that happily ever after you dream of, and start bringing it from the sort of fantasy realm of daydreaming into the real thoughtful planning mode of making it happen. And that's what you guys are transitioning into this month, which is wonderful. It's awesome. It's like you're going to start making stuff happen. No more dreaming or, oh, wouldn't it be great to live by the ocean? Wouldn't it be great to have my own business? Wouldn't it be great to work for that company? All these, wouldn't it be great, fantasizing to, I'm going to make this happen. I've made this decision and I'm going to start moving forward and making things happen. I'm going to do my research. I'm going to have my facts. I'm going to communicate. I'm going to put myself out there and start manifesting these things that have historically only been sort of in my mind as an ideal. So, okay, well, I'll just leave it there. I hope you have a lovely month, and I'll see you at the next video. Take care.